Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Lisa Nkomo. If you're a returning subscriber, hey love, thank you so much for watching my video again. So today's book review is the book Woman Evolve by Pastor Sarah Jakes Roberts. Absolutely loved the book. Took me a few months to get it done. I think I got it in May and it's July now, so it took me 2 months to finish it. And one thing about me, I don't force myself to finish books. Like, I'm not going to force myself to finish a book just because other people finish books in 1 week. Mina, I always say, like, the book talks to me, speaks to me rather, when I need it the most. So maybe I'd randomly, like, on that day decide, I feel like reading. And then I read chapter 8, and chapter 8 speaks to me about something that happened yesterday. So I don't force myself to finish books because it always ministers to me. I feel like books are a ministry. Like I feel like books are a ministry. So they always speak to me at the right moment when I need it the most. So today we are going to do a book review. I'm going to try my best not to overshare so that you can still go and read the book and get value for your money as well, without, knowing too much from the book already because of this review. However, what I am going to do is share three or four things that I loved the most about the book and that I feel someone needs to hear it. So if you're here because the title is going to say, if you are thinking of letting go, listen to this, watch this video. So let's get straight into the video. So the first thing that I loved about this book is how Sarah changes the perspective on Eve. So Eve is the woman in the Bible. We all know Eve. We all know Eve is the reason why we are in the mess we are in right now. Eve is seen as the one that was a vessel of sin in humanity, and we are in pain as women because of Eve, all of that. So we've always painted Eve as the evil one, as in Eve is the problem. Like, Eve was the first problem that we had. We are where we are because of Eve. However, Sarah changes that perspective in this book, and she manages to show us that there is an Eve in all of us. And because there's an Eve in all of us, and because the devil entices us as well, tempts us as well, and we fall into those temptations, then we should be able to cut Eve some slack. And if you watch her sermons, you'll know that she used to bash Eve a lot in her sermons, until she realized that actually we all have an Eve inside of us, and it's perspective. A lot of things in life are perspective. So if you change your perspective on how you view her, you're able to see that actually she did change who she is and who she was, and became a better woman. And then the second thing I loved was a section that she calls working it out. So in this part of the book, well, it's not just one part of the book, it's like it happens, I think it happened like maybe every chapter or every second chapter, she would get you into a space where you work out your issues. So you take out your journal, you write down, you work it out, and it gives you a perspective. It gets you inside yourself. It gives you a chance to self-introspect, to see how you can work out your issues and maybe take you a step into fixing those issues. So I really, really love that because it gives you practicality. Most of the time I was in tears, like a whole lot of times I was in tears because I got to see things that I never realized before through the working it out. So listen, I love that part, and I know you're gonna love it as well. So get the book, And then the last part, which is the reason why I am titling this video the way I titled it. The last part is a page. There's a page I want to read to you guys. I forgot which chapter it is. Let me check quickly. What chapter? Okay, chapter 7. It's under chapter 7. And I read this whole page to my family, and I don't think they heard anything. I don't think they grasped anything from what I told them. But it touched me so much, I just had to read it to someone. So I made them all sit down, and I was like, listen, we are reading this together. So I read it to them, and yeah, I don't think they heard anything. But then I felt like I have to come and share this with you guys because it spoke to me so much, because I was at the part of letting go. I was at that point. I was at that point of letting go. I wanted to let go of everything. I wanted to let go of church, Christianity, okay, not Christianity, but church, working hard, trying to push YouTube, trying to push my woman empowerment. I was just at a point where I was like, you know what, I don't want to do all of this anymore, because I don't feel like I'm good enough. I don't feel like I can do it. I don't think I'm worthy of actually doing this and getting it done. And when I read this after that, I was like, you know what, girl, we're getting back in the game. So I want to read it to you guys. It's just a page long. It's not that long. So I'm quickly going to read it. Where will I start? Okay, let's start here. Moses was raised in the Egyptian kingdom, but he was a Hebrew child. His existence became complicated, so he disengaged from it altogether. He could not stay disengaged, though. God needed him to return to the place of his frustration, but armed with a perspective that would uncomplicate his experience. There are moments when we leave a situation because it's too challenging or complicated. When we leave the place to which we are called, we can never stay gone until our work in that place is done. If you're reading this and you've allowed your frustration to force you to run, it's time to stop running. You can't run just because things get hard or because you start to feel like you are in over your head. You can take a step away, breathe, and recalibrate, but your days of cowering down and shrinking in front of hard are over. I pray that you would come to a place of permission to acknowledge how you feel, but to not be governed by your feelings alone. Had Moses stayed away from the place where he experienced frustration, he never would have discovered what God placed inside of him. He would have ultimately been living unfulfilled because he wasn't living out God's dream for his life. I don't want you to miss out on getting to know you. You may be thinking that you're better off on the sidelines, not making any waves, but also not realizing that God sees you as a force. Don't let the hard things trick you. You are stronger than you believe. Yet neither do I suppress my emotions and pretend I'm okay when I'm really not strong. You are real. You are a real, vulnerable, authentic, confident, revolutionary world changer who is strong because of who she is, not because of who she pretends to be. The quicker you learn how to harness your power and balance who you are, the sooner you get to the business of exploring the depths of the strength God has placed in you. You were made to overcome hard things. When good goes hard, you go harder. I believe this applies to all of us. I don't believe there's anyone that has never dreamt of a better life for themselves. I don't believe there's anyone that has never set goals for themselves and wanted to reach them. I don't believe there's anyone that has never done that. Our dreams are different, our goals are different, yes, but we all have a certain dream that we've had since we were young that we wanted to reach, And how many of us get to that age where we just forget, we let go of our dreams, we give up because the going gets hard. I feel like right now I'm in my 20s, and I think your 20s are the most difficult because that's where you start realizing that it's actually hard. Like, actually getting those dreams done, like reaching those goals, is actually very hard. But I don't want us to be those people that let go of our dreams and start living lives that are not satisfying. How many people wake up each and every day, go to work, are not satisfied? How many people wake up, live a life that is unsatisfactory simply because they let go of the goal, they let go of their dreams? I don't want us to be those people. I want us to go out there, live out God's purpose for our lives. There's a quote that I've heard people speak about, which is, so many people are alive but have died a long time ago. The dying that they're talking about is the death within you, the death inside of you. The fact that you let go of everything that you believed in, the fact that you let go of the things that set your hearts on fire. All those things that set your hearts on fire are the reason to live, to wake up every day and keep fighting. So if you had gotten to a point where you want to give up, if you are at a point where you've already given up, you gave up a long time ago, this is your word to keep fighting. There are so many success stories out there. There are actually too many success stories out there that for us to just let go and give up on our dreams. We have Abonomza Mombata, we have Viola Davis, we have Thuso Mbedu. All those people are people that got out kept fighting until they got to a point where they were living the life that they dreamt of growing up. So I don't want us to be people that just get on with life with what we have, like just waking up and doing what you have. People go to 9 to 5s and they are dragging themselves there. And there's nothing wrong with having a 9 to 5 if it's what you want. But if it's something that you've ended up settling for just so that you can live and get money and be able to buy food, then girl, boy, this is your word. It's time to get up and back in the game. Which then takes us to chapter 9, which Sarah titles as Set in Motion. And I just want to read this part. I wonder if you could make a decision that just because the seeds you produced in the past didn't become what you had in mind, you won't allow that to keep you from producing seed. And when you start letting go, I want you to remember that you are not only fighting for yourself alone. Your family, your friends, the community around you, future generations depend on you conquering the edge. They depend on you fighting the battles, fighting the devil, and actually conquering so that they can have a better life. We need to realize that we are so interconnected. Like, we are all so interconnected that my decisions affect my future generations. They affect my children. They affect my grandchildren. They affect my siblings. They affect everyone around me, because at some point, I believe that someone is always looking up to you. Each and every one of us have that one person that looks at you and they just say, I can't wait to live my life the way that Lisa does. So that must be your motivation every day. Know and believe that you are someone's mirror. Someone is looking at you and they're saying, if only I can just get to where Lisa is, I know I'll be satisfied. So you keep pushing, you keep going, because you are good enough, you are worthy. I want to leave you with the verse from Isaiah 43 verse 18, which reads as follows. Do not remember the former things, nor consider the things of old. Behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall you not know of it? I will even make a road in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. So from here going forward, I want you to let go of letting go. Let go of the thoughts of letting go and forget the reasons why you wanted to let go in the first place. Remember, it says here, do not remember the former things, for he shall do a new thing. So focus, get back in the game, because you are capable and you are worthy. And that brings us at the end of this video. I hope this did or does something to someone, and that we don't give up on our goals, we don't give up on our dreams, because it is possible. As hard as it does get, it is going to be hard. You know, the Bible doesn't say that we are never going to have problems. It even says no weapon formed against you will prosper, but it does not say the weapons will not be formed. They will be formed, but we will conquer them, because they will not prosper. So go out there, work hard, push, and you are going to make it. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you liked it. Please do subscribe, like, comment, share, and yes, share with others for everyone else to get this word.